Hey guys, welcome to New Zealand's biggest gap year. It's an epic challenge in which Laura and I, about 2 years ago, decided to tackle 365 activities all around New Zealand in only 365 days. If that sounds crazy, well, it's because that absolutely is. Today we are in Okiwi Bay, which is a very remote place of New Zealand, and we're going to be tackling a nice little hike called the Goat Hill Track. Join me at the end of the video, in which I'm going to give you a little bit of context about the video as well as answer all the questions you guys had the first time we published it. See you then!
Today we're doing a hike in Okiwi Bay, and as soon as we start the track we see a flightless bird called a weka.
But before we start the track, we are opening a small green box that contains the visitor's book. A lot of tracks in New Zealand have a visitor's book, and it's just a good way for us to be able to leave a nice note to the dock rangers, which are in charge of maintaining the track on a yearly basis.
We notice that this track is a little bit different from the tracks we've been on before. The vegetation is just taking over the track, and we're sort of wading through flax and all sorts of different ferns.
It's a much rougher track than what we're used to, but it's really cool because we get to see much more plants and unusual features that we don't often see on main tracks in New Zealand. Plus the views that we start getting through the forest as we start going up are absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to make my way all the way to the top.
Like many tracks in New Zealand, there are signs along the way to show you different trees you're looking at and different vegetation, which is perfect for us since it's all native New Zealand bush.
It took us only about an hour walk uphill to arrive to the top, where the views are simply splendid. The view extending in front of us is seeing all the way up to Derville Island, which is going to be where we are making our way tomorrow. There is absolutely no sign of life in front of us. Those islands look absolutely deserted of human and simply filled of birds and native trees.
The weather couldn't be more perfect to see this awesome view of islands out in the distance. We could spend all day here, but we decide we should move our ass and continue on the track. As we continue downhill on this track, we notice that there are a lot of fallen trees, a lot of tree trunks crossing the track, and it's really obvious that a storm must have been through here recently.
I am incredibly impressed by first the resilience of nature, seeing trees regrowing even on almost a horizontal slope, and also the sheer size of the destruction. It looks like those gigantic trees only had very shallow roots and got completely knocked off by the strong winds.
The forest is also bustling with wildlife. So the Goat Hill track is a one-way track starting from the road into Okiwi Bay, and it makes its way down towards Okiwi Bay. You can actually access it from the little township itself.
The rest of the way down is pretty easy, between maneuvering slippery mud and a few obstacles that nature left for us to tackle. But after only about 30 minutes, we are finally back at the Okiwi Bay Holiday Park, where we will be able to spend a nice relaxing afternoon. Laura found us a nice little spot by the river, and I found us a place to go buy some ice cream. This seems like a perfect combo to wait for the evening.
This evening we are invited by our awesome hosts Ian and Pam from the Okiwi Bay Holiday Park to have a roast dinner with them, which is such a treat considering we're so used to having backpacker budget food.
Yum, pork belly!
Tomorrow we are going to do a drive beyond drives, all the way down French Pass, which is in the middle of freaking nowhere on the very northern tip of the South Island, and then we're going to get a boat, go across some water to an island that is so off the beaten track that there's not even a track to get there. You have to go over water, which has whirlpools and all sorts of crazy stuff in the way. There's probably like krakens, there's probably like sea monsters on the way when we get there, and then we're going to go to Derville Island.
Alright guys, so as you can see, there is a lot to do in New Zealand, even things that you probably never heard of. And that's one of the things that we really love to do here with nzpocketguide.com. We love to go and dig in and find those places that you guys never heard of, and like that you have a true pictures of all the things that there is to do in the country. And that's why nzpocketguide.com is now the largest travel guide to New Zealand, because we dig so deep, we find all those places, and you guys tend to like the fact that you know everything that there is to do. If you want to check it out, it's on nzpocketguide.com. There is a link in the description of this video, and don't worry, it's all free. There is nothing to pay. Alright, so let's look a little bit at the comments that we had during this video. So we had Ruth that say, I'm loving watching those videos every day. Thank you very much for all your info and the hard work behind the scenes. Yeah, thank you very much for noticing that there is a lot of hard work behind the scene. We know that the videos are not the best videos in the world. We're not, by no stretch of the imagination, video makers or professional videographers. That's not what we do. We just try to give you a good understanding of every activities that we decided to tackle around New Zealand, so you know exactly what you are in for. And that means that we do have to hang camera in all the trees and just have some fun with it and do a lot of editing, because although that doesn't look like an amazing video, it's a lot of work to edit that. But that's okay, we love waking up at 5 a.m. Anyway, thank you very much for noticing that, Ruth. That's really cool. If you guys do like those videos as well, and you think that there is a lot of work into it, a great way to say thank you for all our hard work is to hit the like button, because it tells YouTube that our videos are useful, and you know, it's nice for us. We also have Soul Emperor that says, hi, I really like your vlog type travel. Well, thank you very much. And he say, could you please help me locate the entrance of the Goat Hill track? I'm looking, but I cannot find it. So it's basically on the corner band of a road, right? The best way, and honestly the way we've done it, right, you just ask the team from the Okiwi Bay Holiday Park. There is not that many accommodation anyway, so you probably will be staying there anyway. So just ask the team, they're super friendly, they will point you in the right direction. It is not, you know, I don't have the GPS coordinate right here in my hand, you know, on hand, but seriously, they are absolutely fantastic people. Ian is one of the owners, if I remember. See, 2 years ago, and still remember the name. And yeah, they're really awesome people, and they will be absolutely happy to help you out with that. They're actually a little behind the scene. They're actually the one that actually sorted out our next few days of activities. When we told them we were keen on coming to Okiwi Bay, they say, well, don't just pop in for like one night, which was the original plan. He says, stay here for a little bit longer. I will send you to an island called Derville Island. You know, I'll introduce you to this lady that rents some kayak in one place and everything, and that he sorted out quite a few things for us to do, because he wanted to make sure that we showcase the area, you know, properly, and we don't just skim through it and then go to other places. And I feel like he did a great job, because, you know, guess what? For the next like 3 days we are here, and we're going to be doing some kayaking, and we're going to go to Derville Island, and you guys are hopefully gonna love the videos. So here you go, we got to showcase the place quite nicely. So speaking of planning a trip to New Zealand, you know, if you don't have an Ian in your pocket, it's okay. You can have a Robin and a Laura. One of the things that we do is that every single Sunday at 8 a.m. New Zealand time, we sit on that couch over there where Kiwi Bird is having a coffee right now, and we answer all your questions about traveling in New Zealand. You just have to pop into the live session and ask us your question in the live chat, and we usually interact with you guys and just answer all the questions, so you can plan the best trip for you in New Zealand. If you want to know what time that is in your side of the world, 8 a.m. on Sunday New Zealand time, you can check the link in the description below. I kind of load all of those on the website. I think it's called Horaro or something like that. And when you click on it, it will tell you what time it is in your side of the world. So you may find that super useful. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to us. YouTube tells me that 84% of our viewers are watching our videos but are not subscribed yet. So if you want to subscribe, that may remove the big red warning on my YouTube stuff. If you don't want to do it though, don't feel pressure to do anything you don't want to do, especially online. In the meantime, have a lovely day, enjoy your life, travel awesome, and we see you soon in New Zealand. Bye bye!